What's going on, everybody? Today is Friday, and you know what that means. Another 20-minute logo redesign challenge. Today I'm going to be doing the Yahoo logo. Let's get started. So I went ahead and pulled this logo history of Yahoo from Google Images, which I find ironic, but I did it. So I just wanted to take a look really quickly at what all they've been through over the years. There are several on here that I don't know. The first three, well, actually, I think I may have a faint memory of the 1995 one, but I certainly don't know the first one, and I absolutely don't know that one. But this is the one that I'm probably the most familiar with. And I actually really do like this one, but it is very, very much, late 90s, early 2000s, has tons of fun going on there. And I think that's a really good thing, actually, for Yahoo, that it should be fun. It should invoke some kind of fun. And because I think that Google, the Google logo is great and everything, but it's so sterile. It doesn't really capture that vibe that we were, that we were all living in the the early days of the internet, when you could, go to Yahoo and look for anything you wanted. And I think that the rebrand in 2019 does a pretty good job of that. They did change it to, well, they didn't really change it to purple. They had that color for a while, but they went from red and they went to purple, and then they went to this different shade of purple. And I'm a huge fan of purple, pretty much, on every logo that I can possibly think of. So I don't think that they necessarily did anything wrong here, but I think that I may, depending on what I do, I may actually try going back to red, or maybe I might try purple. So I have no idea what I'm gonna do. So this will be interesting to jump in, at least with the Pepsi logo and the Levi's logo. I had kind of an idea of what I wanted to do, but I have no idea what I'm gonna do here. So let's go ahead and set a timer and see what I can do. And I am gonna go take a look at Adobe Fonts really quickly. Sign in and let's go check this out. I want to do something fun. I know that, I think I'm gonna actually click that right there. Oh, that's funny. The hobo, is kind of like a faux version of that. But I actually think that we need to do something fun, because the word Yahoo is fun. It's got the exclamation point. They know what they are, right? I think that out of all of the logos that are here, the latest one probably invokes the least amount of fun. Well, actually, except for this one, obviously, it's just straight up Times New Roman. But every other one here is fun. So I'd like to go in and find something that really invokes fun, but also, showcasing that they are an international brand. So let's just kind of go through here. I don't want to spend too much time picking fonts, because that's one of the curses of being a designer. You can easily get sucked down a rabbit hole when you're looking for fonts. So I don't want to spend too much time on it. This is very interesting. I think that the contrast there is a little bit too much, but it is kind of fun, and it kind of goes back to the second one in that logo history. So I'm gonna try a different category, maybe funky, and let's see what's in here. This may be a little bit more the direction that I'm going. Let me try this really quick, and make the rest of it lowercase. I actually kind of do like this script font right here. Casey, that's a pretty cool one, but nothing has really jumped out at me yet. Boy, that's crazy, that blow up balloon there. Man, I really don't want to take up too much time doing this, but nothing is jumping at me. Nothing is saying, this is it, this is it. That Funky Dory one is interesting. Maybe friendly. Maybe let's try a friendly vibe. This is a little bit more on the clinical side, although this one is pretty interesting. I do like that one. And this one is cool too. I actually kind of like this one. So, you know what? Let me look at some slab serifs and see what we can find. Let's clear that out and see what all we have to work with here. This one's interesting. It's kind of fun. I may come back to that one. I promise I'm not going to go through all 10 pages of this. This is a lot of pages. I'm just going to kind of... Oh, that's fun. That very much harkens back to the one that I like. I actually do like the heavy, crazy slab serif ones. Let's try this one. You know, I can always put something together quickly. You know, of course, yeah, I've wasted 3.5 minutes doing this so far. And plus, I've got to wait for the font to actually load. As we all know, Google is... I'm sorry, not Google. Adobe is notorious for taking forever to load their fonts. So let's see if it's loaded in. Not yet. Nope, nope, nope. Well, while we wait on that, let's kind of go around here. Maybe that's kind of fun. Let's see. Of course, the big thing is going to be the Y. So what if we did something really crazy? That's really crazy right there. So there's that. And yeah, this is getting out of hand. But this is pretty cool. I actually like the idea of possibly kind of interlocking those O's a little bit. Do they have any? Okay, they don't have any other options for the exclamation point. What if? And this is just playing around while we wait for those fonts to activate. You know what? Instead of doing that, what if I went back to the original O like this? There we go. That's better. And maybe do something. Let's adjust the kerning real quick and see what we can do here. Yeah, this definitely has a nice fun vibe to it, and maybe something like this, kind of bring it together. What if we brought it together a lot? No, that's too much. Maybe somewhere around... I don't think I'm going to bring it together, actually. I think I'm going to leave them... I'm going to keep them separated, as the offspring says. And I just dated myself again. I do that a lot, so... Okay. All right, there we go. So there is craw. I like that one a lot. And I think what I'll do is, you know, kind of a rule of logo design is to make sure you always start in black, because you want to make sure that the logo works in black, also solid white, before you go in and color anything. So let's set this to optical and see how that places everything. It looks like we've only got one option for each one of these letters. That's totally fine. And what I am going to do is, since I kind of want these to be a little bit all over the place, this is kind of like, this font is very much a you know, kind of what I'm going for is a blend of fun and corporate. I know that those are two very interesting things to try to blend together, but I think that they were able to accomplish it with this logo in particular. I actually really like that one a lot. So I wonder, and you know, we can do this because we're just playing here. I wonder what it would look like if we just kind of slightly raise this up a little bit and just kind of call back to that original original funness of the red logo, which I'm a big fan of. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna kind of shift the baselines a little bit, and maybe not too much, and maybe I'll do something like this where I kind of bring this in, maybe align this to the bottom of this A, and kind of bring this up. I think that I might actually make this the same, well, maybe not the same height, but I think I'll go, that's good. You don't want it to be too big because it can look way too comical. All right, I actually kind of like this. There's something about it that I think might be missing. It could be the color. Let's try. Let's look for. And this is totally something that you can do. Like, just search for fun color palette. You know, you never know what you're gonna find when you search for something like that. I'd like to maybe go for something completely different. This is kind of a bright, fun color palette. So let's copy this, bring it into Illustrator. And we can always try this in a few different colors and, you know, a few different iterations. And I'll keep that first one all black, and maybe the Y, we'll just kind of color sample this a little bit. What if we went the Google route and, you know, made them all individual colors? I think that might be a little bit of a touchy ground there. Let's see. Oops. Okay. I do like this. I don't know if the entire logo would work in that red color. It's very, like, you know, it's a nice color. I actually like it a lot, but it's very hot. You know, it's almost like a hot pink. So I think what I might do is select all of it and just kind of bring it out of that pink spectrum a little bit, maybe a little bit back into it to where it's not so obvious. I think that works a little bit better. And what you could even do here, grab all this, unite it together, and just kind of click and drag. And if we're going to be fun, why not be fun, right? Oops. Where'd it go? There we go. Let's do this. So we'll make a drop shadow, not in front. We'll send it to the back. And what I'm going to do here is bring this back up to the original state where that red is. I'm going to make sure that it's aligned perfectly. And let's lock the red and then grab both yellows and then blend it together and go into our specified steps and just crank it up all the way to 100. That way we have a nice constant drop shadow there. And let's see. Huh, that's interesting. It should be uniting those together, but we can always just go to expand, okay? So I think that's interesting. You know, it's a good blending of, you know, like it's definitely a fun layout, fun color palette, but also utilizing that really nice heavy slab serif. Is this technically slab serif? I mean, I guess it could be, but those slabs are a little bit heavy, but they're not really heavy enough for me necessarily to call them a slab serif. But they came up in the slab serif category, so there you go. All right, so let's try something like this. Oh wait, I gotta unlock that red layer first. Okay. And let's, you know, offer a few options to them. We can offer their purple. That purple and yellow is very interesting. You could go full on Riddler and do something like this. You know, that's always fun. And what's really cool about things like this is that you can always, you can always utilize this basic shape right here and then just change out the colors as needed. So one of the things that I would like to do here, because I do like this general layout, is I'm going to bring this over here. Wait, I'm going to actually bring the whole thing, and we'll get rid of everything but the Y. And I'd like to stick this inside of a circle. That's interesting right there. You know, to where it's kind of letting the shadow do the work for you. But I'm not going to do that. I definitely did not mean to do that. Let's group this together first, and then we'll align it. There we go. We'll set this up maybe to 4 inches. And then let's let's do our Pathfinder. Well, let's see. All of those blended shapes together really giving me a hard time. Give me just a second. Let me lock everything. And we'll lock this shape, select this purple color, select fill color, and delete. And I just want to see exactly what happens, what it looks like if we cut that out. Okay, I definitely would like to keep the shadow there, or maybe what I might do is this. What if we kept just the basic shape of the Y? I know this is a very complicated way of doing this. I don't have to do it this way. So what I'm gonna do is, let's bring back the circle. I want to keep the circle. Come on, circle. Okay, this is, all right. Sorry, back to square one. Let's do this. Okay, so what we're gonna do, this will take just a second, I promise. Okay, so bring this over, and then we'll just have that basic Y shape inside of the circle. You see how much of this job is trial and error? Just playing around with things and trying different things, finding out they don't work, and then finding something else that will work. That's this job. That is a summary of this job. Okay. Not that this is a real job or anything. Yahoo is not paying me to do this. Okay, so you could do something like this, where you have this basic cutout shape right here. This could be used as a favicon, you know, like branding things like stickers. You know, you could use it for all kinds of stuff. And I do like this general color palette that we have here. It's not really this, you know, the most refined color palette in the world. We didn't do any kind of research on it. We've only got 20 minutes to do this, but I find it interesting. Oops, sorry, wrong one. All right, so you could do something like that. That could easily be your, you know, kind of your brand mark. What you could also do here, because I can't really think of anything off the top of my head that is that's already, you know, kind of this exclamation point inside of a circle. Kind of reminds me of those signs that teachers would have in their classrooms when I was a kid. You know, what is the what's right is not always popular, what's popular is not always right. You know, it kind of reminds me of that a little bit. You could easily turn this into a brand mark, because that Yahoo is all, that exclamation point has always been part of the official Yahoo branding. So you could easily do something like this. I think what I'm gonna do, let me see how much time I have left. Okay, I've only got 3.5 minutes. I am going to try to see what I can do to refine this. Now that I look at this, it reminds me a little bit of Yahoo, the chocolate flavored mop water that we all used to drink as kids. Okay, I do like the basic shape of this. There's something about the way that these O's are sitting next to each other that doesn't quite sit right with me, and I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it in less than 3 minutes. So let me just do this. We'll go back to the regular O. Yeah, so we'll do this, and I might, let me see if I can do this really quick. Does this work? I think that if I had time, I could, you know, kind of bring that arc, that little swoop right there underneath it. So I don't think that I'm gonna have time to do that. let me combine this, and I'd like to try maybe like a sheer. That's interesting. I like this. 10 degrees I think is enough. And just like the other one that we created, we can also stick this inside of a circle. I think that it would work well, and I also think that the color palette for this would work as well. So we'll leave that first one as black. This one here we'll do purple and maybe a yellow. That's interesting. I actually kind of like the red, purple, and yellow all together. Okay, we'll do this, bring this over here. I know that clock is ticking. Ooh, that's interesting. Oh, I know what to do. I know what to do here. Do a cutout. There we go. Very, very nice. I'd probably refine that a little bit if I had time, because it kind of looks like a C a little bit. You know, you want to make sure that whatever you're communicating is definitely clear. It needs to be unmistakably a Y. But you could, let's try doing the same thing over here. Let's bring this exclamation point up. Do that and bring this up right here, and just try a couple of different colors. Trying to get all that done. Let's see, what do I have? Oh, I got 22 seconds. Let's see if I can make this work in 22 seconds. Did I just date myself again? I really hope I didn't. I really hope you guys know the Mission Impossible theme. Ah! No! There's my timer. Well, I was able to get that at least. Okay, hang on, let me turn that off. Okay, so for my multi-million-dollar project that I have just spent the last 20 minutes working on, as the new Yahoo logo. Here you go. Here it is. Take a guess at which one it is. I don't know. I really like both of them a lot. I think that I think between the two of these, in my own fantasy world, I think between the two of these, they would probably go with this one. I think this one may be a little bit too much for them, even though it is Yahoo. But I don't know. Both of them are different enough from where they currently are now. This one is definitely a throwback to the good old days. This one is, you know, definitely like would be considered a leap forward, like very, very different from what they've typically done. But I would probably go for this one. I would I'll tell you one thing I would do is I would adjust those reds and yellows, because this is a logo that, you know, for the people that use Yahoo, they're going to be using it and seeing those colors a lot. So I would probably go in and tweak those colors, make sure they're a little bit easier on the eyes, because that contrast of the red and yellow works, but the yellow is very, very, very bright. So I'd probably go through and just kind of refine some of the color palettes and make some tweaks there. But overall, I like what I've put together in 20 minutes, and I hope you do too. All right, well, that was fun. Thank you so much for watching along with me as I recreate the Yahoo logo. If you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe below. It'll keep more videos like this coming to you. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.